it's Flo, and this is my impression of a beat poet. Name your price. A tool, an idea, an inspiration to do more than just say what you want to pay. Oh no, but to see the options that could fit your budget. Steve, enough bongos.
Find car insurance that fits your budget at Progressive.com.
Makes me want to dance. Steve!
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Chere Cofield, a.k.a. the Stress Manager, and I hope that everyone's week so far has been beautiful. I hope you had a great weekend. Y'all, it is hot outside. That's all I can say. That can cause stress right there. This heat is messing up my perm, y'all. I don't know what to say. My hair is getting all curly. It's going to the natural state, and I'm not trying to be a natural, y'all. But it's Tuesday, and this is Stress Less Radio with Chere Cofield, the Stress Manager. If you are listening for the first time to Stress Less Radio, this is an hour all about you to relax, rejuvenate your mind, your body, and also get educated on a variety of topics. We talk about ways to help you to live that happy, healthy, harmonious lifestyle, you know, walking into your greatness and being the person that you were born to be. Don't be held back. That's right. So today I have a dynamic superwoman that's going to be my guest, Miss Tunja Smith. She is a powerhouse, and she's going to be talking to us about ways to reduce and eliminate some of that stress that you got going in your life. And she talks about being proactive, not reactive. Don't wait until you have the stress in your life and then try to do something about it. My kind of woman. Make sure you're proactive and get rid of some of it ahead of time. That's right up my alley. I love it. So I'm excited to be talking to her this evening. She's going to be discussing 7 habits of a highly focused life. A highly focused life. So you may be thinking that you're focused, but Ms. Tunja Smith's going to let you know for sure if you are focused or not. If this is your first time, again, this is Chere Cofield, the Stress Manager. You're tuned in to Stress Less Radio. We want to thank some of our amazing sponsors, Total Woman Wellness, May We Help You Radio Network, of course, Chere Cofield International, as well as Adam and Eve. Make sure you check out mwhyradio.com. You can learn more about our sponsors, as well as all of the other amazing shows that we have on the network throughout the week. We're syndicated on multiple AM, FM radio stations. We're now on iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, you name it, we are there. May We Help You Radio Network is all over the place. You don't have to look far to find us. So make sure you tune in every day of the week, but especially on Tuesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. so you can get rejuvenated, you can relax. It's all about you for the next hour. So get your cup of wine, your glass of wine, or your cup of tea or coffee, whatever helps you to relax. Kick your heels up, and let's have some fun for the next hour. So every week, we always give you stress less tips of the week, right? So my stress less tip this week is to teach others how you want to be treated. That's my stress less tip. People only treat you the way you allow them to treat you. So you have that person that may always irk you the wrong way, but you need to remember that you are in control. You can't say, oh, they made me mad, or they really pissed me off, or they made me angry. No, you allowed yourself to respond to whatever they did to upset you. So the way that you teach a person how to treat you is to not give them that energy. Don't give them that negativity out of your soul. Don't let them take a piece of your spirit or your soul out of you to even respond to whatever they are bringing your way. That's a way that you stress less. So in teaching people how to treat you, you're going to ignore some of whatever comes your way. Don't feed into every little thing. Everything does not warrant a response. Sometimes, as Maya Angelou used to always say, silence is golden. You don't always have to give a response to everything. So that's my stress less tip of the week. Also, each week we give a relaxation destination of the week. This week we're just going to keep it local. We're going to keep it in Maryland. That's right. We're going to go on to Ocean City, with the beautiful water. You got to watch out for those sharks, though, folks. So when you're doing your creative visualization exercises throughout the week, just imagine yourself sitting there on the shore, hearing the water hit against the shore, seeing the beautiful sun beaming down on the water, the birds that are flying all around, just taking the scenery, taking everything around you, taking deep breaths. You're going to inhale through your nose, exhale out of your mouth. And you can do this multiple times. And when you're doing those deep breathing exercises, as we always talk about, when you're doing those deep breathing exercises, you're allowing more oxygen to go to your brain so that you can have clearer thought processes, and you're able to work out whatever problems or situations may be thrown your way. So that's one of those ways that you can be proactive that we're going to be talking about with Tunja Smith a little later. That's one way to be proactive. All of us have stuff. All of us have junk. We all have things in life that we're dealing with. So, take it a little easy on the next person. If they tend to want to rub you the wrong way, remember you're in control of your reaction. You can't control what that person does, but you can control your reaction to what they're doing. So the relaxation destination again this week is Ocean City, Maryland. I wish I was in Ocean City right now. Just kick back with my wine and some crabs. That would be nice. That's a nice stress reliever for me. Remember, stress comes from challenges being greater than our ability to deal with them. So things in life are going to happen. Remember, if things were the same every day, no one would have stress at all. If things were perfect, everyone would walk around pretty boring, I think. So those challenges have to come. Things have to be shaken up a little bit in order to test us and make us walk in our greatness and make us be a better person, make us show that we're some bad mamma jammas when we get through those challenges and those situations in life that may be hitting us. Make sure you tune in again, Stress Less Radio, every Tuesday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's an hour all about you to relax, rejuvenate your mind and your body, and get educated on key factors of ways that you can live a less stressed, happy, healthy, harmonious lifestyle. So we're going to go on and we're going to talk to our guest, Ms. Tunja Smith. Let me tell you a little bit about her before we bring her on to tonight's show. She's a National Milken Award winning educator, writer, speaker, author, and life coach. After 20 years of teaching, consulting, and coaching in the field of education, she founded the Teacher Keepers Institute. And what that is a coaching company that's designed to support school districts and administrators in restoring and nurturing building level relationships by raising teacher morale in order to improve and see steady growth in student achievement. We definitely need that because some of these school systems we see now are definitely, the kids walk in smarter than they leave out. So definitely her work is needed. She's an intentional life strategist. She's very passionate about teaching, inspiring, and empowering women to thrive in work and in life, moving from secretly frustrated to openly fulfilled. I love it. Without further ado, I would love to welcome to tonight's show, Ms. Tunja Smith. Hello, Tunja. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am doing good. Oh, my goodness, your work is so needed.
Yes. Thank you so much for the invitation. And yes, as like I said, as I started in education as a classroom teacher, which can be a very stressful job. And so I can definitely relate to all the things that you are teaching about. And I've accepted the charge to try to get our teachers to be more mindful of their own personal emotional well-being.
Yes, yes. Well, definitely, we thank you. We salute you for giving back to your community in such a powerful way because education is definitely important. So I know tonight we're going to be talking about 7 habits of a highly focused life. And so we're just going to jump right in because I'm excited to know these 7 habits. I want to make sure I'm living my highly focused life that I should be living.
Okay, well, we will go ahead and get started. The biggest thing as an intentional life strategist, I teach the importance of not just being grateful. I hear a lot of women saying, I'm grateful and for life and for my family, and it's almost like they feel guilty for saying that they're unhappy, though. And so I try to help them because that causes stress. I'm grateful, but I know that my life lacks fulfillment. And so I teach the importance of being not only grateful to be alive, but also in love with living. And there's a difference. And so I want women, and specifically teachers in my field, and as far as my career and what I do, I want them to be excited about waking up in the mornings and getting out of bed and, instead of wanting to throw the covers back over their heads because they're actually dreading repeating another day that lacks fulfillment.
Yes, yes. And, that is really more common as we see the day-to-day hustle and bustle, especially with women, because we are such givers. We're nurturers. We help and we give to everybody else that we don't take time to nurture and build on our own being. And so that is so important, the work that you're doing and the fact that you're helping to women to see the need for them to nurture themselves, restore their minds, their bodies. So very, very good work.
And I love this quote by Napoleon that says, to live defeated is to die every day. And so for me, to live unfulfilled is to live defeated. And that's like dying. And I don't know what it's like to die, but it's just like a non-existent. You're not really living. You're not truly living. You're just existing. So when your life lacks fulfillment, for me, that's living a defeated life. And so with living a highly focused life, and as a wife, a mom, at the time a teacher, then moving to a consultant, and then now as a life coach for teachers. So then in business as an entrepreneur, it's just the typical stress that can come with that, period. That's why I say you have to be proactive about dealing with it and not it's kind of like you go ahead and lose your mind before it sneaks up on you. You have to go ahead and, because women, we feel so guilty about doing things for, if we're not doing something for everybody else, then we feel guilty. We think every minute should be spent taking care of everybody else. And if we do one thing, I have talked to so many teachers who it was like pulling teeth to get them to just go to lunch with a girlfriend this weekend. Just don't stay up in the house and just wash and clean and, take 2 hours to just go to lunch with a girlfriend. I had to coach around the guilt that comes with every minute has to be spent doing something for somebody else. And so they were, really having problems with that. So that's why I talk about it may look crazy because I had one particular teacher for 19 years. She was a teacher. She was a pastor's wife. I mean, she had all of these hats, but she admitted, she said, I don't even have like casual clothes to go to dinner with a girlfriend. So she either had teacher clothes or church clothes, and so, we had to, and it was 19 years of living like that. So it took a while, for me to even coach her around the guilt that came with just do something that has nothing to do with anybody else. And so I tell them, it may look like, what's happening to you? Are you going crazy? Or are you having a midlife crisis? Because you teach people how to treat you. And for so long, you have taught people that it's okay for me to do everything for everybody else and never do anything for myself. So when I finally do something for myself, it may seem like, I'm acting out of character, but that's not the case. So that's why I talk to teachers and women in general about just really being proactive about living highly focused, so that you won't get caught up in this cycle of nurturing everybody else and not nurturing yourself. So with living highly focused, focus is an acronym, and the F is for forward thinking. And so thinking forward, if you've been in something 19 years, as of what I just shared with you about that particular teacher, you may think, how in the world am I going to come out of this? I've been in this so long, like I don't even know what it looks like for me to even start thinking about doing something for myself. So forward thinking, that means you refuse to hold yourself hostage to the past. Yes, that's the way you did things in the past, but moving forward, you're not going to do that. you're not going to do things the same way. So whatever the reasons were that you didn't take care of yourself, or, you didn't take time to do the things that nurture, you didn't even take time to figure out what you really liked. A lot of women I come across, they don't even know what they like anymore. They don't even know what makes them happy anymore. Mm-hmm. So regardless of what those reasons are, you're not going to hold yourself. You're going to forward thinking is refusing to hold yourself hostage to the past and resist that nostalgic thinking, constantly thinking about what used to be and how it used to be, and I wish and I wonder, and, and actually think about who it is that you want to be, and knowing that you do not want to die and leave this earth in this state, not taking, because you only get one life. And do I really want to say at the end of my life that I died unfulfilled? And so forward thinking is the first way that you live a highly focused life.
Yes, and that is so true. Forward thinking. If you're always living in the past, you can't push yourself to where you really want to be because you're stuck. So you have to get unstuck. And I always tell folks when I'm talking to them in my stress management workshops, I say, listen, you only get one shot at this thing called life. If your heart stops right now, we might get it started. You heard me say might. Not we definitely going to get it started. We can do all the CPR we want to do. We might get you restarted. Is this the life that you really want to live for yourself? Is that the way you want to go out? If it's not, then you got to stop staying stuck in the past and come on, let's move on, move forward, move past all of that stuff that was holding you down like an anchor, and lift that sail up. I mean, lift that anchor up and sail on into the life that you really want to live. Definitely.
Exactly. And which, you stated that brings us into the second point, which is organized urgency. You have to do it with a sense of urgency because, we'll say, well, I get to it. Yeah, I'm going to go, this weekend and hang out with my girlfriends, because that's one thing I do to unwind. I make sure I spend time with people who make me laugh. I love to laugh. And so I spend time with girlfriends that I know from the time I pick them up or they pick me up. I mean, when I sit in the car, we're laughing at something, And so, but we will put ourselves, okay, anything can come up, and we'll say, well, no, I'm not going to. It's not a necessity. It's like it's not a priority. But you have to make taking care of you a priority. And so organized urgency means you get it done right now. And so I'm thinking, with less than 160 days left in a year, you think about what is it that you really want to accomplish? Is it something in your physical health? Do you want to get fit or get in shape or lose weight? Is there a certain kind of amount of money you want to take? Do you want to start a business? Are you trying to write a book? I mean, what is it that you want to accomplish, make a personal accomplishment that would add and have you experience a sense of fulfillment before Thursday, December the 31st? And you only have 5 more months starting Saturday. So when organized urgency means I only have 5 months left to actually, either keep the momentum going or strike the match, if I hadn't got anything started. And so organized urgency, you get real clear on what it is that you want to accomplish and what you say matters most to you. Then you manage your time in your life in a way that expresses what you say is important to you. But you have to let go of the guilt, because organized urgency, it looks like selfishness. But it's not being selfish to take care of you. Organized urgency means, okay, I know if I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I am an entrepreneur, I have roles at my church, I have friend girls, I have siblings, I have parents. I have people pulling at me in every direction. And so if I'm always doing everything for them and I'm never doing anything for myself, if I leave this conversation today doing the same thing I've done, then Thursday, December the 31st, my life will look just like it looks today if I don't get organized with a sense of urgency.
Yes. Oh, love it. So for those that's just tuning in, you're listening to Stress Less Radio with my special guest, Ms. Tunja Smith. We're talking about living a focused lifestyle, living focused. And so we've already talked about the F is forward thinking, the O is organized urgency. Go ahead and tell us what C is.
Okay, C is consistent action. And you simply cannot thrive in inconsistency. So inconsistency is you get consistent not just action, but consistent action. So if you want to get in shape, so not exercising some weeks or some days or some months, or not finding the food that releases the weight some weeks, some days, some months, but actually forming habits, because it's those habits that become a lifestyle. So in some of your, in my own personal life, fitness is a lifestyle. I get up, that's another way I unwind, is I work out every morning at 5 o'clock, Monday through Friday. And then, I do it like clockwork. I love to work out with a group, so I take a class. I take a cross-training class. But the eating, I'm still in the habit-forming stage. So it's more of a struggle. Like today, I had to make myself prepare tilapia, greens, and brown rice and eat what you planned to eat for lunch. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have to keep creating those habits until that becomes a lifestyle. So my goal is to keep those, as I'm in this habit-forming stage of making sure I stop to prepare what I plan to eat so that my eating matches the workouts, because the workouts are fabulous. So I want to make sure the meals are matching the workout, because the nutrition is the key to releasing the weight. So if I can take the next 5 months to form habits, then I can enter 2016 with it as being a lifestyle. So you could take any area. And for different ones, depending on who we are and where we are in our life, business, that may be a lifestyle. You might just, it may be a lifestyle for you, but then as far as purpose or emotional well-being, you may be in a habit-forming stage. But consistent action is what forms habits, and habits create a lifestyle. So in order to live a highly focused life, you just can't take action. It has to be consistent action that leads to habits that create this new lifestyle change that you seek.
Yeah, and it's been said that in order for something to become a habit, that you have to do it consistently for 21 days. That's the rule of thumb. Some people may take a little longer, depending on the habit, but typically 21 days if you consistently do something for 21 days. Be purposeful. Like she said, do things on purpose. Set those new habits, and then those habits become a way of living for you. So focused living. So far we've done the F, the O, the C. We need to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Stress Less Radio with Chere Cofield, and we're talking with Ms. Tunja Smith about focused living. Make sure you stay with us so that you can hear the rest of what focus means. We'll be right back.
In a fast-paced world, getting your message heard everywhere can still be a challenge if you're not connecting to your target audience. Allow MWHY Radio to assist you in getting your message heard on social media, video, digital magazines, on apps, and on our broadcast network. MWHY Radio's broadcast listeners tune in online through 10 terrestrial stations on iHeartRadio and during live events. Visit our Fiverr page for special offers throughout the summer to assist you in jumpstarting your advertising needs. That's www.fiverr.com/MWHY Radio. FIVER.com/MWHY Radio.
Business owners, entrepreneurs, and professionals, improve your productivity and your life. You can accomplish this goal by enhancing your emotional intelligence. That's right. Let international emotional intelligence expert and author of the book Equilibrium, Yvette Beckel, help you to empower yourself, grow your people, build a strong business culture, and create lasting transformation. Buy Equilibrium online today at Amazon.com or visit 3Ws.orgsoul.com. Once again, 3Ws.orgsoul.com.
Are you depressed? Are you stuck in a rut? Do you need interpretations to your dreams? Do you need a word from God? Do you need help resolving spiritual issues? Prophet Yao Yerboa Safro has helped people from all walks of life and would love to help you too. Visit www.getconsole.net. That's www.getcounsel.net. The Redemption Outcry International, where your spiritual needs are a priority.
The Tanya Free and Friends Talk Show is happy to announce our partnership with the May We Help You Radio Network. You can now catch the rebroadcast of our Wednesday show every Thursday at 6 p.m. That's Tanya Free and Friends, the podcast, every Thursday evening at 6 p.m. We welcome your comments and opinions 24/7 at TanyaFree.com, Facebook and Twitter, or send me a text by texting the word Tanya, that's 72727. Tanya Free and Friends, and May We Help You Radio. Living life with a purpose.
All right, everybody. Again, it's Tuesday evening. We hope your week is going just fantabulous. You're tuned in to Stress Less Radio with Chere Cofield, the Stress Manager. If you have any questions or comments for Tunja at any time throughout the show, just press 1 and you'll be queued, and we'll get your comments or your questions right in. But we're talking about focused living. And so far, we've talked about the F, the O, and the C. So the F is forward thinking. That O is organized urgency. Don't delay. Do things right away. And then that C is consistent action. Do things on purpose. Set those new habits so that you can create the lifestyle that you want. All of us were meant to be happy. God did not create us to be sad individuals, unfulfilled, and just walking around aimlessly, hopelessly with no real vision or goals. But he wants us to be happy. So we're going to bring Ms. Tunja Smith back on, and she's going to finish telling us the meaning of the acronym FOCUS. You there, Tunja?
Yes, I'm here. And so we are at the U in focus, and the U is unwavering faith. So like you said, God does not want us to be unhappy. He does not want us to walk around aimlessly without a goal, without purpose, without fulfillment. I mean, he wants us to live. He even said, I came to give you life, but to give you a life, an abundant life. So it's not just like a regular life. It's a life that you're excited about. And so unwavering faith, what do you believe? I mean, do you believe that you deserve to live the best life in your finances, in your friendships, in your business, in your romantic relationship, in your career, and just whatever your version of fun? Everybody's version of fun looks differently depending on, who it is or whatever. But whatever your version of fun, do you believe that you deserve that? And if you believe it, do your efforts support a positive outlook, or are you wishy-washy? Are you optimistic sometimes, and then at other times you're not? So unwavering faith is, regardless of what it looks like, I know I deserve to have girlfriends who are, who have my back and who are supportive, and they just want to see me succeed. I know I should be the best in the business that I'm in, serving and impacting lives. And if I like to travel, whatever my values are, mine are authenticity, freedom, travel, family, laughter, adventure. So I believe I deserve to live out my values and express them in my everyday life. That's not unwavering. I don't believe that Tuesday and then Thursday, well, this is just my lot in life. This is just what I get. This is the card I pull. No, I'm not going to talk like that. I do believe that I was meant to live a very intentional, a very fulfilled life. So my efforts, regardless of the stress that may come up, I'm not going to bury my emotions. I'm going to deal with it, because I know that on the other side of that is the life that I'm truly supposed to be living, and one that gets me excited about getting up in the morning.
Yes, and plus, sometimes when we think that things are just going sour in our lives, and we feel like, oh my goodness, why are these bad things happening to me? Why is this happening? Sometimes that's God talking to us inconspicuously, saying, hey, this is not the right thing for you, so stop fighting it. Sometimes we fight and stuff, and it's actually going to work out for the better. We all humdrum, and we thinking it's the worst thing ever in the world, and God's saying, look, I got your back. Don't worry, I got this. I can see the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Yes, and I was just I saw a quote. Steve Jobs said that getting fired from Apple was like the best thing that could have ever happened to him. It's just like he couldn't see it at the time. He couldn't see it at the time. And so, like you said, we're fighting these things, and it's better down the road, but we can't see that. But that's where your faith comes in. Your faith is not something, it's not evident right now in your present, but it's definitely a part of your future, and it's a part of where you're headed. So unwavering faith is you. And then we have S, which is really tied into that, a strong sense of purpose. And so that means you operate and move about your life based on your own convictions. And I could just really go deeper into this. All of the moves that I've made since I left my parents' house when I was 18 years old until now I'm 46, I would just say basically my parents didn't agree with or understand anything I was doing, any decision I made. They just said, this girl is crazy, so, they didn't understand or agree, but they would be the ones there being supportive. Once I got in it and they said, okay, I get it. I see why she did that, and then they're the ones bragging now. At first they were like, don't do it. And then when I do it and it's successful, they're like, oh, that's my baby, honey. Let me tell you, honey, and they're bragging and, and so, but that moving about my life with my own conviction, even with my parents who, they've been married going on 48 years, and I love them, and they have the cutest relationship, and, they still bowl and go on dates and go out of town, and, I have a lot of respect for them as individuals, not just my parents, but just being people of integrity and high character, and but even them, I can't, their approval and expectations, if it's coming against something that I'm convicted that this is something I should be doing, at that time I have to separate the parent-child relationship and say, okay, Tunja, you are an adult and this is your life, and your life is 100% your responsibility. You can't make decisions based on what you think your mom, your dad, two people that you highly respect on this planet. You can't make a decision based on what you think they want. You have to move about your life with your own convictions. And so you have to really have this strong sense of purpose. And I understand that everybody's not going to understand, and even the people that I respect the most may not understand. But I'm not going to shrink back, and I'm not going to dim my light.
Yes, you have to be confident in your own decisions and knowing that, if I fail, okay, then it's my failure. Nobody else has to live with your decisions other than you. And that's exactly what I'm telling you. I tell my kids that all the time. I even say it to myself. Look, sometimes you just got to take a leap of faith. And you know what? That's the good part about waking up the next day. It's a do-over. That's what I call it. Each day you open your eyes is a do-over. So if you do fail, so what? If I wake up tomorrow, guess what? I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to see if I fail at it this time. Well, definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
So we're at what? We're at the S now, right?
Yeah, I just did S, strong sense of purpose. And so now I'm at E, excellence. So we only have 2 more points. Excellence is simple. An excellent person makes a decision once and manages that decision daily. So once you decide you're going to start a business, you're going to lose weight, you're going to go back to school, you're going to start, write the business plan, you're going to write the book, you're going to give love a chance again, you're going to, fall in love again, you're going to, you're going to trust again, you're going to open yourself up to female relationships. Whatever it is in your life that is lacking, you're going to open your life up to that again. You make that decision once, and then every day your actions manage that decision. That's what excellence is. It's not like, okay, I'm going to give love a try Monday, and then Tuesday somebody look at you wrong and says, I knew it wasn't going to work, so forget it. And then Thursday, you back, okay, I think I'm going to try again, maybe. Then Friday, you all excited like you were Monday. And Saturday, you back down like you were Tuesday. No. Excellence is making a decision once and every day managing that decision. So you may have your days that I manage it well, or can I do better tomorrow, which is fine. So I did well Tuesday, but Wednesday, I could have did that. So Thursday, I'm going to do better. But I'm definitely not going to say I changed my mind about it. You know, I want it this day. I don't want it that day. No, I want it. And so in order to get it, I know I'm just going to have to pull some of these other points, you know, that consistent action and strong sense of purpose. You know, I'm going to have to dig into these other parts of living a highly focused life to help me develop into an excellent person. These other points help me to develop my excellence.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So being consistent develops that excellent person that you aim to be. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does. And so the last point is determination. And so we know this is, you know, not just being relentless and really persistent, but it's that you keep going, because a lot of times we get comfortable when we see a certain amount of success, but if that wasn't the original goal, so whatever you consider to be success in your business, whatever your goal was in your physical body and your emotional well-being, in your relationships as far as with friends or a romantic partner, or I mean whatever it is that you consider to be success. Determination means that you keep the momentum going until you reach the exact results that you want, and you don't settle for less than that. And so it's going to take time, but every day you get up, like you said, you get a do-over, and you just get up and try again. But you don't ever settle. If the goal is 40 pounds, you don't stop at 35. If the goal is whatever amount in business, you don't stop short of that. And I see a lot of women, like, getting right to the finish line, and I've been there, and, like, sit down. And we're like, wait a minute, what happened? You know, you're right at the finish line, and then you just sit. And I'm like, oh, no, wait a minute. You know, so, no, we continue until we cross. And some of those things, you know, with business and even with our health and fitness, it's not a finish line. It's an ongoing growth. And, you know, so we don't just say, oh, I'm here now, I can relax. No, because we have developed new habits that has created a lifestyle change. And so we're never that person. You know, you don't ever see a butterfly going back to being a caterpillar ever again. Once you're transformed, you know, you never go back to being a caterpillar again. You know, so once you're transformed, you don't have to worry about going back to your old ways and your old habits. So it's just keeping that momentum going, keeping those habits consistent, pulling all of these points, keeping all these focus points together and pulling them together so that you, and the determination that takes in order to see the results that you want. So one of the quotes that I really love about Steve Jobs, he says, I look in the mirror every morning, I ask myself, if today were my last day on earth, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? And whenever I answered no too many days in a row, I just knew something needed to change. And so for me, Chere, that's what it was. You know, I got the question today, one of my readers from the blog I write, she asked me, how did I know I was living beneath my potential? And I said, I want to make sure I'm understanding the question. I said, are you asking me, how did I know I was living an unfulfilled life? And she said, correct. And I shared this quote with her. And I said, when I looked in the mirror, the answer was no. Would I do what I'm getting ready to do right now? And it could be anything, not just a career. Would I leave the house in this body? Like if this was my last day, is this the weight or the physical shape I want to go out in? You know, my bank account, does that look like I want it to look? My friendships, does that look like I want them to look? I like to travel. Well, when was the last time I've been anywhere? Would I really want to leave here and hadn't seen even much of the United States, let alone the world? I mean, would I really go out into the world unfulfilled? Would I keep it, if this was my last day on the planet, would I really do that? And so the answer was no. And when it's no too many times, if you ask yourself that every day the answer is no, then something needs to change. So I guess the question becomes, are you not only grateful for life, but are you in love with living? And if you're grateful for life, but you are not in love with it, what needs to change? Will you change it? And you may say yes, but not now. But if not now, then when?
I know that's right. Yes. The great Miss Tunja Smith, y'all. She is setting the airways on fire. I love it. I'm over here. I feel like I'm at church. Well, gonna get it. Yes. Listen, everybody. I'm putting what she's saying on Facebook, and I'm tagging her in it. I'm giving her all the credit for it. I ain't taking her stuff. I'm giving her the credit on my Facebook wall, Chere Cofield, INT. If you missed anything, as far as the breakdown of what focused is, the acronym, I'm going to recap it all before we let her go at the end of the show. But, good stuff, Tunja. I'm telling you. Now, listen, every guest that I have, we're going to take another commercial break. But when we come back, I want you to tell us 3 ways that you nurture your mind and your body and you de-stress and unwind when you have just junk going on in your life, because we all have it. But we all have those key ways that we know that we rejuvenate our minds and our bodies. And I want you to share with the listening audience 3 ways that you take care of yourself and you de-stress and unwind. But right now we're going to go on a commercial break. Don't go anywhere. You're going to miss the good stuff if you don't stay with us. You're tuned in to Stress Less Radio with Chere Cofield, the Stress Manager, right here on May We Help You Radio Network. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Simone Bowe of Life Success Principles in Nassau, Bahamas, and I listen to the Ultimate International Business Experience radio show on iHeartRadio, and you should too.
Hi, this is Sylvester Green of Building United Communities here in London, England, and I listen to the Ultimate International Business Experience radio show on iHeartRadio, and you should too.
Hi, this is Tiffany Polo. I'm the owner of Delightful Bites. We're located in Montego Bay, Jamaica, and we listen to the Ultimate International Business Experience radio show on iHeartRadio, and I think everyone should too.
What are you listening to?
Are you looking for a unique and handcrafted gift for that special someone? Visit our site, thestocking.stuffershop.com. We have amazing Scrabble pendants, handmade baby baskets, and blankets. So remember, visit thestocking.stuffershop.com. All orders of $35 and over ship free. International shipping options available. Give us a call for custom items. 520-405-6197.
Hi, this is Benita with Off the Vine. Join us on Fridays at 3 o'clock for Fun Talk About Wine. This season, I'm going to put this little sommelier certification to work as we expand the conversation to talk about beer and spirits too. Meet more exciting special guests, and you never know just who may show up at the studio. Off the Vine with Benita on the May We Help You Radio Network, giving you something to whine about.
Brought to you by
On the May We Help You Radio Network.
Only on the May We Help You Radio Network.
Only on the May We Help You Radio Network.
Only on the May We Help You Radio Network.
Only on the May We Help You Radio Network.
Only on May We Help You Radio Network.
So on the May We Help You Radio Network.
MWHY Radio Network.
May We Help You Radio.
On the May We Help You Radio Network.
Only on the May We Help You Radio Broadcast Network, the network that helps you.
We're back, and you're tuned in to Stress Less Radio with Chere Cofield, the Stress Manager. Again, we have about 15 more minutes on tonight's show with the great Miss Tunja Smith. She is really pouring into the audience. I hope you guys are taking notes. These are some juicy nuggets. Listen, if you want to hear more from Tunja Smith, she's going to be a guest speaker at the Playtime is Over conference hosted by Cheryl Wood on November the 6th and 7th. So make sure you register. I'm going to be a speaker there talking on managing your stress and just taking care of your mind and your body. Register at ptioconference.com, ptioconference.com. That's Playtime is Over Conference. It's a 2-day symposium. Men and women both are invited to come. So make sure you register early. It will be a sold-out event. I'm telling you, we have some powerhouses that are going to be in the building. In addition to Miss Tunja Smith, we even have the chief editor of Essence Magazine that's going to be there, and she's going to be speaking. We have one of the former producers of for Harpo Studios that's going to be there. I mean, this is going to be an excellent event, 2-day symposium that you do not want to miss. Let me tell you, all the key players are going to be there. If you're looking to grow your business or even just network with folks to just, see if you even have a business idea that's worth even inventing, this is the place you want to be. Nothing but pure life-changing speakers and things that are going on at this 2-day conference. So hopefully we'll see you there. Again, Ms. Tunja Smith, if you want to hear more about her, she's going to be at that conference, pouring into the audience there again so you can get some more of these juicy nuggets. Now, just to recap on what we've already talked to Tunja about, we're talking about focused living. She gave us the 7 ways of a focused lifestyle. Just to recap some things, women, we give and we give, but we don't nurture ourselves. It's time to start nurturing yourselves, knowing that you are definitely worth the time, the energy, the effort to invest in yourself. So first we talked about F for focus. That means forward thinking. Refuse to hold yourself hostage to the past. We talked about lifting that anchor up so you can sail into the happy lifestyle that you were born to live. O is organized urgency. Don't delay, do it now. Don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today. Stop putting things off that take care of you. Meet your goals now. Get clear on what's important. You're not promised the next day of life. Again, if your heart stops today, we might get it restarted. We might. And that's real iffy. There's not even a 50% chance. We don't know whether we're going to get your heart restarted or not. So why put off things that are important to you until tomorrow? Do it now. Do it now. The C under focused is consistent action. Do things on purpose. Set new habits. We talked about habits take about 21 days. Consistently, if you do something for 21 days, it becomes a habit. And it sounds like a little bit of time, but let me tell you, it's harder. It's easier said than done. But get started. 21 days. You are worth that dedication to yourself. Set new habits so that you can create the lifestyle that you want. The U in focus is unwavering faith. Listen, God wants the best for all of us. He wants us to be happy, fulfilled, and live an abundant life. But the thing is, if you don't have that faith, if you don't believe it, guess what? It ain't going to happen. So, and then after you have that, if you do have the faith, you got to put in some work, because faith without works is dead. The S under focus is strong sense of purpose. Strong sense of purpose. The E is excellent. Being consistent creates a person of excellence. People that are successful, they are consistent, as I don't know what. They will do it over and over and over again until they get it right. Are you a person of excellence? Are you consistent? And then last but not least, D, determination. Never settle. Don't stop short of the goal. Don't sit down at the finish line. She talked about a race, and I've done a couple 5Ks. Boy, you want to sit down? Lord knows you want to sit down because them legs be hurting and you're out of breath. But guess what? When you stop, you don't make any forward progress. You're not doing anything. If you stop, keep going until you finish the cross line, until you finish cross the finish line. And then once you cross that finish line, set up a new finish line and set a new goal, and then make sure you cross that one. Don't stop short of the goal. As she said, don't go backwards. A butterfly never goes back to being a caterpillar. I love that, Tunja. And then last but not least, before we bring Tunja back to tell us some more juicy stuff, if today was your last day on earth, does your life look the way that you want it to look? If the answer is consistently no every day, then it's time for a change. Something has to change. Are you in love with life? Are you in love with life? Do you just love life? Or are you in love with life? You know there's a difference, because when you talk about relationships, even with men and women, you can love somebody. But then I'm like, I'm in love, So are you in love with your life? If not, it's time to make some changes. So Tunja, thank you so much for being a guest on tonight's show. We have about 10 more minutes. I want to give you the opportunity to just let everyone know how they can reach you. What other events? I know you're going to be at the Playtime is Over conference, but what else do you have coming up, and how can people find out more information about you?
Absolutely. And thank you so much, Cherie. I have truly enjoyed this. You are so funny. You make me laugh. But I really have enjoyed it. And this has been like so calm, for me. So I don't know if I knew about your radio show, but I do know now. So definitely on Tuesdays, I know where to come, 5 o'clock my time, to just relax and unwind, because I do feel that way. I really feel just being here with you today has the purpose for which you do this radio show has been fulfilled in my life. So I appreciate that. You can reach me at www.tunjasmith.com. I have a weekly, bi-weekly, depending on the month, a newsletter called Let's Figure It Out Friday, because I don't like to just talk to people because I have their email addresses. I really want to have something to say, and in this season, I'm just really using my own life, and as a 46-year-old woman with 2 children, ages 14 and 10, 2 girls, and like I said, a wife and an entrepreneur, and just all the things that I have going on. I like to share what's going on in my personal life as encouragement for other women. So you can also get signed up to start receiving the Let's Figure It Out Friday newsletter that I produce. You can do that on my website. And so I am here in Jackson, Mississippi. So my events are here locally, the ones that are coming up, but continue to just stay connected with me on social media, Tunja Smith on Facebook. And I do put out there, if there's any way you can get the recordings, if you're not local or not able to get here, you can definitely stay connected with me that way through Facebook and my website, again, www.tunjasmith.com.
All right, now, and if you didn't get that, it's on my Facebook wall, Chere Cofield, INT. Make sure you follow Tunja Smith. And, Tunja, where did you say, what part of Mississippi are you from?
Jackson, Mississippi.
Jackson, Mississippi.
Yes.
All right, now. We got Jackson in the house, y'all. We got Jackson in the house. So we have a new listener on Stress Less Radio. Woo-hoo! Everybody give her a hand clap. Yay! Yay. Well, I'm so glad that you enjoyed the show. That's the purpose, to help people just take an hour for yourself. Just get educated, relax, kick back, get your favorite drink, whatever it is. We all work hard to be the people that we want to be. We work hard. We have to pay our bills. We have to take care of the kids. We have to do so many different things. We have so many roles in life. But guess what? We have to take time out for ourselves. So every Tuesday, I want everybody that's listening tonight, pencil yourself in. No, ink pen yourself in. Don't pencil it in because you might erase it. Ink pen yourself in to listen to Stress Less Radio every Tuesday from 6 to 7. That hour went so quick. We have 8 minutes left on the show. An hour went that quick. And we're having so much fun, you forget what time it is anyway. So, Tunja, what else do you have? I know you have the Playtime is Over. What else did you say you have going on coming up?
Well, I have and it's a closed session, but I'm excited to, this Friday, I will be hosting a Principals Institute. And so all of the principals, this year I have been hired by one district to be the life coach for the entire district. So I will start off in 6 schools, 3 middle schools, 3 elementary schools. And so I have an institute this Friday with the principals of those schools and the central office staff. And so it's creating and articulating the vision. So I'm going to be talking about just teaching them how to create a vision for their individual schools. And then throughout the year, I'll be working with them on making sure that vision is carried out, that they articulate it with their teachers, and that holding the teachers accountable for carrying it out. And then I've also been hired by a district to do their convocation. So their first day back, I'm the keynote speaker, and this will be my largest audience so far, in-person audience with 700 plus employees. So I'm excited about doing that. And then the following Saturday, I am the featured speaker at a women's conference, and I will be speaking on how to live a peaceful, unbothered life. So I'm excited about that as well.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah, so that
yes, I'm excited for you.
Or whatever. So like I said, out there on Facebook, I will post it, post the information out there if you're able to, if those events are going to be recorded, and then if you're able to purchase those.
Woo, all right. I'm excited for you. Congratulations on all of your success. I remember when we first met, I think we met at last year at the Playtime is Over conference, didn't we?
We did. We met at the Playtime because my mom was with me. Remember?
Yes, yes. I think you were on the first or second row. I remember.
I was, and I was so excited.
Yes.
And, that's one thing I do to unwind is I surround myself with, I know all the time people can't hop on a plane and go somewhere, but I love to disconnect from my environment, like the same people I see, the same places I go, and I love being around strangers. So that's right up my alley to be sitting in a room full of people I have no idea who they are, and Cheryl was the only person I knew at the time because she was my coach. And so I do that to unwind. I make sure I seek out, if it's not a lot of things being offered here in my city, I seek out places to go. I'm close to Atlanta. I'm close to New Orleans. And so I seek out places to go where I can get around like-minded women who are talking like I'm talking. They're talking about living highly focused. And that rejuvenates me, that revitalizes me. So I'll do that if I can get away. I love the water. So I like to spend time. We have beaches close and big bodies of water where I could just sit and relax. And so I had my eyes closed when you talk about Ocean City. I mean, I love the water. But, locally, here I make sure, like I said, I work out. That's definitely a stress reliever for me because my classes are so much fun. I love music, and they play a lot of old school music. So even when I'm tired, they'll play a song, and I have a flashback, and next thing I know, I'm dancing. I'm like, I thought you were tired. I'm telling myself,
exactly.
And so I hear that music, and I just get another burst of energy. So I make sure I work out, and then I have, like I said, I have been blessed with the best family, cousins who are like sisters, and my friends who are like sisters that I definitely get with them and unwind and laugh and relax. And I am really, like I tell people, I'm a closet introvert. I say, I do like to spend a lot of time by myself. So I'm a big romantic comedy buff. So I will watch Leap Year and Something New and Eat, Pray, Love. I could just get in the bed and just sit there by myself and, shoo my kids away, especially my 10-year-old daughter. Mom, can I? Nope. I need to be by myself, So I definitely take time to do daily something to just decompress because it's so important to be proactive with that. So absolutely.
Yeah, so then give us the 3 ways that you de-stress, unwind, and relax and rejuvenate. Tell us those 3 ways.
Laugh. Intentionally hang with people who inspire me and lift me up. And like I said, spend a quality time with Tunja. Whether that's a trip to Hobby Lobby, I will go to, that's therapeutic for me. Kirkland,
Did you say Hobby Lobby?
I said Hobby Lobby, yeah.
Girl, I was there today, girl. I was there today.
I love it. And my dad.
Isn't it therapeutic?
I loved it. And my dad said, I don't see anything interesting about Hobby Lobby at all. He said, maybe the restroom. I need to find the restroom. I'm like, Lord have mercy. But anyway. So
you get in there and you forget where you're supposed to be because you're in there for hours just looking around the beautiful colors and the candles. It's a woman thing. It's a woman thing.
Yeah, and there's so many positive quotes and inspirational sayings. And
it is.
In my office, and so definitely spend quality time with Tunja because you gotta like being with you in order for other people to like being with you. And I love being with me, so I can see why it's easy for people to like me. It's easy for people.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we love you here. We love you here on May We Help You Radio Network. We got like 1 more minute, so I just want to make sure I close out the show. Make sure you guys tune in every Tuesday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. for an hour all about you to de-stress, to relax, rejuvenate your mind and body, and get educated by fabulous guests like the one we had tonight, Miss Tunja Smith. Make sure you guys support her. She's calling us from Mississippi. I'm honored, and she really poured into you this evening. We had a great time. We'll definitely have to have you back again, Tunja. And until the next time, until next week, please have a positive week. Remember, positive thoughts, positive actions equals positive results. Everything doesn't warrant a response. Your stress comes from challenges being greater than our ability to deal with them. So guess what? Things are going to happen, but guess you are in control. You shape the end result. You shape the end of your story. So the way you respond will shape the result. So let's be positive, people. Until the next time, visit me on ChereCofieldInternational.com and make sure you look up the Let's Get Serious Health Wellness Fitness Expo, Let's Get Serious 2016.eventbrite.com. Until the next time, have a happy, healthy, harmonious life. Good night.